Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 29th, 2024. So we're going to look at the NFL postseason, see what we got right, what we got wrong, and talk about the Super Bowl, which will be played on February 11th. I'm also going to take you guys your calls if you guys want to call in. The number is on the screen. But just wait until the presentation is over for you guys to call in. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to open up the phone lines. So, look at this. So, if you guys saw the last video I did, which was like about, 2 weeks ago? I put out a video with my Super Bowl matchup and my Super Bowl pick. And we had the Detroit Lions going against the Baltimore Ravens. It was actually 12 days ago, so almost 2 weeks ago. And the postseason bracket wasn't looking like this when I put out the video. It was actually in the divisional round when we put it out. So we did pretty good in the wild card round. I think we got most of the games correct. We got all of the games correct in the divisional round. We had the 49ers over the Packers. We had the Ravens over the Texans. We had the Lions over the Tampa Bay Bucks. And we had the Chiefs beating the Bills. Obviously, the conference round, we got both of the picks wrong because, again, we had the Lions playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and the NFL had other plans. They got the 49ers going against the Chiefs, a repeat of Super Bowl 54, the Super Bowl that was played right after the death of Kobe Bryant. And now they're going to play again just 3 days after the Kobe Bryant statue will be unveiled in Los Angeles. So, looks like the Kobe Bryant and Patrick Mahomes narrative is going to continue, and I guess we can't go against what's been working in the past. So, another Joe Montana Bowl, just like they did in 2020 when Kobe Bryant died. But yeah, so we had a pretty decent postseason. This was probably the only bump in the road. And it sucks because, the Lions were a long shot, and they had a big lead at the halftime. This is the thing, right? When I put out an announcement, you guys should take my advice. I put out a post yesterday saying that the only narrative for the Lions to win was to beat the Baltimore Ravens. So I said, if the Baltimore Ravens lose the first game, please cash out your Lions futures so you guys don't lose any money. A lot of you didn't listen because you saw how the Lions had a lead at the halftime. You guys have to understand these games are rigged. It doesn't matter if the team is up by 40 at half. If they're going to lose, they're going to lose. We saw this multiple times already in the postseason. The Falcons and Patriots with Tom Brady came back down 25 points. It doesn't matter if the team is winning. The only narrative the Lions had was to beat the Baltimore Ravens because he was connecting this to Jim Brown, who played for the Cleveland Browns in 1957. And I really thought they was following the 1957 script because if you notice, this was the bracket from that championship season. The Lions played the 49ers, and then they ended up playing the Cleveland Browns in the championship game. And notice the score was 59-14, like how the word slave equals 59-14. And, they were showing a lot of 57s, right? The Super Bowl was on the 57 date numerology this year. The Lions have missed 57 Super Bowls, not including this one. Now it's 58, but before this one, they've missed the first 57 Super Bowls. They've never been to the Super Bowl. And all the other 57s that we documented. So I really thought they was paying tribute to Jim Brown, who passed away 112 days before the first game of the season. But obviously they had different plans. And I said, because the thing is this, right? The Cleveland Browns ended up being the Baltimore Ravens, right? So this is why I said, they probably following the same bracket. Have the Lions beat the 49ers and then eventually go to the Super Bowl against the Ravens, who used to be the Cleveland Browns, and beat the Ravens. Obviously, it didn't go this way, right? Because they had different plans. They had a narrative for Patrick Mahomes in the works, which we missed, which is okay because most of you missed it. I was reading the comment section. A lot of you liked this narrative, but it's always after the game is over that people always saying that oh, you was wrong. Oh, but yeah, you didn't contribute, so your opinion doesn't matter. If you left a comment after the game was over yesterday, I didn't respond to your comment because your comment didn't matter. You should have left a comment prior to yesterday. See, a lot of you don't have the balls to make a prediction and be right or wrong. You're scared of what your reaction from the people is going to be. I don't have that. I don't have that fear. We put out this prediction and we showed the reasons and we showed all the stuff. A lot of you said that I was doing this was surface level stuff. Really, this is the same work we do all the time. All right. So you think that when we called the 119th World Series to end on George Bush's 119th day of his age, you don't think that's surface? Like, a lot of you don't even know how to do this stuff, It's whatever. I have an unbelievable track record. And yes, I'm not going to get everything correct. I don't think anybody can because we're not part of this network. But we do get a lot of shit right. And when I made my video, I said, look, they have a lot of stuff lining up for the Bills. I mean, for the Lions and Ravens. It looks like 1957 all over again. They have the two cities with the 58 connection. And I'm really surprised because look at this. You guys know who? You probably never heard of this woman. Her name is Martha Ford. She's the former owner of the Detroit Lions. Notice her name is 104 and 58. You see, so this is crazy what they're doing now. They never used to be this way. When I first started doing this back in 2018, it was not this double coded. It's never been this double coded. But now it seems to be like there's a narrative for every team that's in the playoffs. It's really like that now. And I think it's because they know that the gematria community, the true community is growing. So, of course, they're going to make it this way. You could have made a case for every single team to go to the Super Bowl. But what a lot of you don't understand is that we didn't make this prediction here. We made this prediction in this round. Right? The Packers could have been in the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay Buccaneers could have been in the Super Bowl. The Texans could have been in the Super Bowl. The Bills could have been in the Super Bowl. So, of course, I'm not going to get any credit for getting the divisional round correct, right? I'm only going to get bashed for getting the conference championship incorrect. That's what this community is about, and that's what the world is about. Bashing you when you're wrong and ignoring when you're right. The Lions were a long shot. A lot of people didn't even have them beating the Buccaneers. All right? So, there you go. But yeah, so like what I was saying, what they're basically doing is they're having the last four teams left in the playoffs. They are scripting it so tightly that you can have the numbers match, connect to each and every team. Right? They'll have a narrative for all of these teams. All of these teams had a narrative. San Francisco and Ravens could have had a narrative. The Bills and Chiefs had a narrative. They had a narrative for every single matchup possible. It's really impressive how they do this stuff. And I really thought we had the right one because this was an abundance of information that obviously was not the correct stuff. But yeah, so this woman, Martha Ford, she's 98 years old. Her full name equals 98. So I was saying maybe after the Super Bowl's over, she might, kick the bucket, but we'll see. And besides sports, like you guys understand, we've also predicted when a celebrity is going to pass away. Like, we've made unbelievable predictions. A lot of you probably just got here a few days ago, and don't know what's going on. Go look at my videos. I predicted the deaths of celebrities multiple times, which is way harder than predicting a sports game. And another thing, this is what made it tricky too, because if you look at the Red Wings schedule, they were scheduling the Red Wings They was playing against the same teams that the Lions were playing. So that was another way they threw us off. So where is it? Who did the Lions play? Let me see. So the Lions they played the Rams and then they played the Buccaneers, right? So look. So they had the Red Wings play the LA Kings, right? And then they ended up playing Tampa Bay, and then they went on to play Vegas, right? And they beat all of those teams, right? They beat Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat the Kings, and they beat the Vegas Golden Knights. So those were another 3 picks that we got correct, because we knew how the Red Wings were following the same pattern as the Lions. And then when they beat the Golden Knights, I'm like, man, this has to be a lot, because Vegas is where the Super Bowl is. So that's another way to pick up on your losses. Just follow the other thing, what they're doing in the other leagues, right? But what I want you guys to understand is that a lot of you are in love with the conference championship, with the Super Bowl. That's just, you guys have to stop that. It's just another game. The day before the conference game on Saturday, we made a lot of money because we had the Washington Wizards to beat the Detroit Pistons, and we had the Red Wings beating the Vegas Golden Knights. So we had a parlay for Saturday, January 27th. Look. And notice Oklahoma City lost with 104 points against the Detroit team. So yeah, they did a lot of stuff to fool us. But you see here on Saturday, January 27th, the Pistons, they lost to the Wizards, right? They noticed they lost with 104 points, right? Because they were connecting the Pistons to the 104th NFL season. And then the following day, on the day of the conference championship, the Pistons beat the Thunder with 100, and the Thunder scored 104 points. A 104 NFL season, and then all the other 104s that we was documenting in the playoffs, from Dan Campbell being born on the 104th day of the year, from Barry Sanders having 104 rushing yards his last career game against the Baltimore Ravens. From Martha Ford having the 104 name, from the name Jim Brown equal to 104, the man who played in 1957, the man who was drafted in 1957 by the Cleveland Browns. From the Lions star wide receiver, Amon St. Brown, his name is 104. The Super Bowl is 104 weeks after the Rams won the Super Bowl, the team that Jared Goff used to play for. So they was flooding it with 104s. Even the goddamn what's this guy named Benjamin Cap, the guy who's been a Kansas City Chiefs fan for 66 years. Guy made news, Benjamin Cap. Ask yourself, why is this guy spelling his name with two P's? His name would have been fine like this, right? Benjamin Cap, but they put an extra P in there to get the 104 in there. His name is also 67 like Kansas City, which is interesting. So yeah, so this is all the stuff that we had, and there was another narrative as well. The Lions could have been the fourth team to win their first championship. The fourth major sports team to win their first championship. So we had the Rangers, who won their first championship this year. We had the Nuggets, and we had the Vegas Golden Knights. They all won their first championship. And then the Lions could have been the fourth one to complete with the pattern. And that didn't come through as well. Look at this. Sanders finished his final regular season game with 19 attempts for 104 yards against the San Francisco 49ers. You see, this is what I'm saying. The way they script this stuff is just really remarkable and impressive, really. Because the way they can have a narrative for all the teams And this is what makes us think. Some of us even bring up the idea that maybe they're changing the scripts according to where the money is, and all of that's possible. But I don't think that's going on. But that would give them that would be something that they could use in their favor, right? If all the money is tilted on this side, they can say, "Oh well, we'll go with this narrative." But I don't think that's going on because we've seen this Super Bowl before, the Joe Montana Bowl. They did this in 2020, but we will never know for sure. And then yesterday was the 104th day of Eminem's age, who was at the game with two, showing his middle fingers to the fans. Very professional. So the Lions get eliminated on his 104th day of his age. And something I should have noticed was, and shout out to I forgot who it was that sent me that message, but it was something about the Pistons going 1-28. Then they had a 28 game losing streak end, and then the Lions ended up losing on the 28th. I forgot what it was that person sent me. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the Pistons and the Lions, they were lining them up, right? And same thing with the Red Wings. The Red Wings, their season was being lined up with the Lions. That's why the team kept scoring 104 points. So, this is not my first time doing this. This is like my first. Because people are failing to notice that the championship game is just another game. The Super Bowl is just another game. Where no matter who wins, either the 49ers or the Chiefs, doesn't really matter. If you can make $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 before that game is even played, then that's way better than waiting for the Super Bowl. If I would have been right, a lot of people would have been like, "Oh, but you was wrong last year." Oh my gosh! Yeah, I've gotten all types of messages. Like, it's just unbelievable. And the proof is this, right? Right when we put out the pick in the divisional round, and the Lions and the Ravens advanced, I didn't get not one single message of people saying, "Oh, good work on the Tampa Bay and Houston Texans game." I'm really getting tired of Patrick Mahomes. I think that this is the new Tom Brady, and we're gonna be seeing this guy for a long time. So, in the future, this guy, no matter how bad their team looks during the season, we're gonna always have to, look at them first and consider the possibility of him being back in the Super Bowl, because this is who the NFL likes in the big game. So right now, Patrick Mahomes has 2 rings. Right, he could get his third, and the Super Bowl is 3 days after the Kobe Bryant statue unveiled in Los Angeles. And the Lakers are gonna play against the Denver Nuggets, the team that he was accused, the city where he was accused of rape during his NBA career. February 8th. I'm not sure why this guy is so special. I mean, this guy. I don't think Kobe Bryant was ever the best player in the NBA at no point during his career. But yet, these rituals and these tributes to Kobe Bryant are never ending. Was he ever better than Michael Jordan? No. Was he even better than Shaquille O'Neal? That's debatable. Of course, his statue's going up on a 54 date numerology when Kobe beat Bryant equals 54, like Jesuit order. And 4 years ago, you guys died. They're still paying tribute to this man. Unbelievable. Okay. My, I guess I'll make a Super Bowl video. I don't see how Patrick Mahomes doesn't win the Super Bowl, but I'll definitely do the groundwork and put out a short video showing why the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl this year. I don't see the 49ers winning at all. I'm never gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes ever again. Learn my lesson. I don't care how good the narrative looks for the 49ers. But if you guys want to call in, the number's on the screen. If you guys want to share anything, otherwise we can probably end it. So was it August Kobe Day? 24 Bryant. Something I didn't do. I didn't look at the box score. Let's see what the numbers show. Okay. And you guys, if you guys saw the game, isn't it pathetic how this team dominated the whole season, and then they get to the most important game of the year, and then Lamar Jackson he's getting sacked every other play, throwing interceptions and doing all this bullshit. Meanwhile, they're making this guy look, unstoppable. Look, 30 for 39. Really, guy was almost perfect. 9 passes. That's it. That's all he dropped. Hello. How you doing? Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man, I appreciate your work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm calling for, but I guess I could go what you said. There was narratives for each team. Of
Yeah.
course, the win, like the Taylor Eminem bash. A lot of people were thinking that was gonna come through, but
Yes. You see,
um,
that's what I'm saying. And that was the first game of the season. The first game of the season was Chiefs and Lions.
yeah, and Michigan won. So like Detroit, Michigan.
Exactly. The Michigan
So
Wolverines beat the.
there were some narratives for Detroit, but they were plus 750 to win the Super Bowl. So that was somewhat of a red flag. Too much money to pay out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it was
Yeah, I
seven and
mean,
a half
unless
point
no one,
underdogs versus the 49ers.
if no one's bet in Detroit all season, maybe it could have came through. But the public did want to see. I think Jared Goff win a Super Bowl, so no one really thought Purdy played too good last week against the Packers. They were the number one seed for a reason, and Patrick Mahomes has to win the Super Bowl being the underdog this year. So far, that's the storyline. Mahomes is going to win the Super Bowl as an underdog this year.
Yeah, because he is underdogs versus the 49ers.
Yeah, so if the Lions would have won, he wouldn't have been an underdog, so it would have ruined the script.
But wasn't he the underdog versus the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Um, no, I won big money on that one.
Oh no, he was the favorite, and the Bucks were the
Yeah,
underdog, and they won. Okay.
that was the last time I hit big on the Super Bowl was because that one commercial was Rob Gronkowski and Brady. And Brady's like, yo, come on, Gronk, come on, retire, man. We gotta go win a Super Bowl. And he's like, yo, is it really gonna be that easy? He's like, yeah, come on, man. And then they won the Super Bowl at home. I was like, no. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man.
and there was another one too. He made like some type of he was in a golf tournament. And I forgot how it went, but it was like I think it was like hole 7 and he got it in like I think it was like he got an eagle. So it was like a reflection of 7-3 what he can do in the Super Bowl. And I got this pop here. It's a Tom Brady pop. If you look at the number, it's 170, like 17, like 17 Super Bowls. Like that was even before the Super Bowl.
Mm.
I go deep into this crap. Unfortunately, it comes with sickness, but
Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, the narratives could have went either way. They could have had 49ers and Ravens in there. They had a strong
yeah,
narrative.
that Super Bowl logo though, that color. Oh yeah, and plus the red is on top. Like both teams are on red. Or red that made the Super Bowl. So like it was purple and red, but the red was on top. So I was figuring Chiefs, but the 49ers, the one thing they got for them, there's a stat. It was 8-3. So since he won, he'll be 9-3. I forgot what the stats for, but if he wins, he'll be 10-3, like 1-3 Super Bowls if you take away the 0. But if he was to lose, he'll be 9-4, like a reverse reflection of 49ers. So like that's a big stat that can flop either way. But Patrick Mahomes could have fell to 3-3 against Lamar Jackson, which 33 is Mahomes' number in gematria. But he broke that and went 4-2, and technically he can go back to back with 2 Super Bowls and win 4 Super Bowls for the Kansas City franchise.
Wow.
Did I do that right?
I think so. I think so. I got what you're saying.
He's 4-2. He's 4-2 now.
Yeah, he's 4-2. He could have won 3-3 because Patrick equals 33.
Yeah, because he was 3-2, so he's 4-2 now. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was doing the numbers weird. Yeah, but yeah, I did like the Lions. I went and I put $50 on them just to see because it was like pretty big money.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say, it was like the only narrative the Lions had was to beat the Ravens. If the Ravens would have lost the first game, I think we should have just jumped ship because it was all about Jim Brown in that 1957 season. You notice the Lions was playing the 49ers and then they ended up playing the Browns in the championship game?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, in 1957, that was the year that Jim Brown was drafted. The year that that was the last time the Lions won their championship. And it's been 66 years, and Lions equals 66, like NFL. So they had a lot of stuff for the Lions, but
yeah, no, the problem is I'm from Buffalo, and I know how they treat us dirty every year, and why wouldn't they treat Detroit the same way?
And you just think about the relationship that Baltimore has to Detroit. Those are the poorest cities in America.
Yeah,
they could have had the poorest cities in America playing on the 42nd day of the year.
Chiefs apparently, they got the next Brady, and then the 49ers is a pretty big market club. And another thing, too, about the 49ers, that's why I didn't really give up on the storyline. Actually, the 49ers wouldn't. It's business. And actually, one of the other YouTubers, but, because Nevada is technically closest state to California, all the San Francisco fans can travel down to Vegas, go drop their money on the 49ers, and then watch Kansas City win another Super Bowl, and Vegas still wins.
Wow. What a scam. What a scam.
I know. I don't even like saying this stuff. You never get scared of putting this stuff out?
Scared? Man, listen, man.
Oh, man.
If you're scared, you gotta go. You can't. Don't go outside,
No, it's not really me. It's, I don't even want to say it, but it's not me I'm worried about. And I'm a small ant. But, you're pretty big, and, there's Zachary Hubbard and a bunch of other guys out there. And, I just feel like, when you step on people's toes, and when you do get things right, you start taking people's bread,
Yeah, but you can't be scared. It's already too late for me to be scared. It's just.
I know, right? We're in it now.
I'm already in it. I already put my face out there. They know my name. They know my location. It's whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Are you a believer?
I'm willing to die a legend, because that's what they'll make me. If they kill me today, I'm just gonna die a legend.
A legend, but do you believe in afterlife or?
No, there is no afterlife. There's the life that we have right now.
Okay. I won't battle against you on that, but your good deeds though, all the good deeds you do right, one day when you die, you might have a good place to go when you die.
The dirt, where everybody else goes.
Why do good deeds for nothing if you're gonna just burn it? Well, I guess it is what it is. I'll get off that subject. Well, thanks, Simple Truth. I know I'm rambling here. Forgive me.
That's all right. So who you said you like the Chiefs, right? You like the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl?
I have my Super Bowl logo theory, but I'm not gonna put it out. But yeah, if you go back to last year's Super Bowl logo, it actually showed the team that was gonna win this year. But I don't want to really talk about it, bud. But yeah, I got the Chiefs. And if you really want me to put the pinpoint on it, it was my meat and potato line for the Chiefs to win. It's Andy Reid is 406 wins if he wins the Super Bowl, okay? So he'll have a total of 406 wins. If Kansas City wins the Super Bowl as a franchise, they'll be 4-6 in Super Bowls. So like the 406, like the 4 and 6 reflection. You get where I'm coming from?
Nah, you lost me there. But
They
he
got
he has
400
57. He has 50. He has 58 losses with the Chiefs right now.
for Super Bowl 58.
Yeah, he can pick up his 67th in the Super Bowl, the 67th win, which
What
is
did
the
I?
Kansas City number, and Joe Montana 67 right now.
His total career wins, though, he'll have four. He has 404 total career wins. If he was, oh no, it'd be 405 now because he just won.
He
He'll
has
have
258 plus 25 in the. Oh, he picked up his 25th postseason versus the Ravens. Ravens 25. 258 plus 25. He
I
has
can't.
283.
Really?
283, and he's going for 284 on Super Bowl Sunday.
284. I wonder what stats I was looking at.
Yeah, but he just picked up his 25th versus the Ravens. Ravens equals 25. His 25th postseason win.
Okay. Well, that's a bummer. I thought I had it sealed and dealed. But I still think Mahomes is going to win one more. Like LV3, he's the only quarterback that could still win 3 Super Bowls in Las Vegas. LV3, like Las Vegas 3, you know. He could win 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, he's going for his 67th win in the Super Bowl. 67th win with the team.
I gotta look up that stat. I'm pretty sure I seen he had 406 wins. Maybe it's including all his other ones too, or something from when he was a journeyman as a young backup. But what I was trying to say is 406 wins. Kansas City will have 4. They'll win 4 Super Bowls out of 6, like 4 and 6, like the 4 and 6 and the 406, 4-6, 4-6.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
All right. Well, either way, thanks for taking my phone call. I guess I could let you get back to your patrons.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. What's your first name?
Arthur.
Arthur. Thanks, buddy.
All right, man.
You take care.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's see. Andy Reid, born in 58, has 58 losses with the Chiefs. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, how do you favor one narrative over the other? They even had the Lions play the Vegas Golden Knights 104 days before the Super Bowl. Hello?
What up, bro?
How you doing, man? Thanks for the call.
Yeah, no doubt. Chilling, man. Chilling. I just want to touch on something for you, man. I don't know how familiar you is with this or not.
Okay.
But, you know, now Lamar Hunt, is he's still the Kansas City Chiefs owner?
Lamar Hunt?
Yeah.
Let me just look him up.
Yeah, I meant to look it up for
Yes.
our call.
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to also look up H.L. Hunt. I don't know if that's his grandfather or was that his father.
Well, Lamar Hunt passed away in 2006.
Right. But H.L. Hunt, look him up and see if that's his father or his grandfather.
You probably mean Lamar Hunt Jr.?
No, H.L. Hunt.
H.L. Okay.
Maybe that's his grandfather.
Yeah, his grandfather. He died in 74.
Okay, so let me tell you this. You can look this up. H.L. Hunt, he was one of the richest. I think his money came through oil. But he paid for the JFK assassination, and he paid for the Malcolm X assassination. And if you do your homework on that and figure out those numbers, that has a lot to do with what's going on with Kansas City and their recent success run. How they went 50 years without winning and all this. If you look into that, it's going to tell you why they're going to win the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. You know, they'll be 4-6 and all that. But H.L. Hunt, he used to pay the Ku Klux Klan, and he used to pay the Nation of Islam. So he controlled both sides of the hate, climate back in the 60s. And, yeah, it's real deep, man. If you get a chance, get off into that rabbit hole.
Got you. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I really want to touch on. But I say Kansas City, they'll win, and it really won't be it won't be that close. I think they'll be up the whole game. I say Isaiah Pacheco for MVP. I don't think they're gonna give it to Mahomes. I think Isaiah Pacheco will get it, and yeah, they'll be back too. It won't be. This won't be the last time.
Yeah, it looks like this is another New England Patriots all over
Exactly.
again. Yeah.
Exactly. And they won't give Mahomes all the MVPs. You know, they got to hold on to that Brady lure. You know, he's gonna be chasing Brady. They wouldn't let him beat Brady when they went head up, so that Brady can look, appear to be the greatest. But you know, anybody with eyes can see that Mahomes is he's a better player overall than Brady is. But yeah, they're gonna keep this narrative going, the dynasty thing, the NFL, and all sports really. They love to have these dynasties to, play these number games and all that kind of stuff. So
Andy Reid is still pretty young. He's 65, so.
yeah, he got. I say Andy Reid, he'll be coaching. He'll probably be there another 5-6 years. I don't see him. Not staying around. Yeah. And he'll just usher in new guys to, on his staff to build up. And yeah, they'll be around. They'll go to another 2 or 3. So yeah, and with this game, I'm pulling my hair out, but I mean, it is what it is.
But it's really impressive how they script the stuff, because they pretty much had a narrative for every single team that was in the conference championship.
Oh yeah. Okay, so look at this. You could have had this going on here. You could have had Detroit and Kansas City, which was the very first game of the season.
Exactly. Yep. And you would have had the two celebrities. You had Eminem versus Taylor Swift.
There we go. And that was already set. And from my intel, I was told that Taylor Swift was told to pick a black player or somebody with a high profile to date. So that's why they kicked out the narrative at first that that Travis Kelce he tried to get at her early, and she declined him. Then all of a sudden there was an item right before the season started or something like that. But it was all put together, They wanted to bring that demographic, the teeny boppers, into the NFL. And, because it's all about narratives. It's all about, they try to downgrade the hardcore fans, and they want all of these casuals to be watching, the NBA, NFL, and stuff like that.
Yep, and she has the 104 in her name as well.
Yeah, yep, that's true. Yeah, so I mean, it's all set up, and since Kels, he literally took the jab, and he's a face of that, and then he's doing this thing with her. They'll be rewarded with a Super Bowl. And what's this? This will be their third one.
Well, the Chiefs?
This will be their fourth overall, but it'll be the third one with this group of players.
Yeah, notice Swift equals 31. That could be Mahomes' record in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 3-1. Yep. And then what was Priest Holmes? He wore 31. Who was the running? Yeah, was it Priest Holmes? They wore 31. It escapes me right now. But yeah, that'll be what it is going forward. I think it's safe money to put on the Chiefs to win. I wouldn't take the underdog.
Yeah, no, I'm not betting against Mahomes ever again. No way.
Nope. And I'll take the over. I would take the over as well, and also the spread. I think they're gonna cover too, man. It's gonna be like a celebration out there. It's gonna be a nice ritual Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, you get a chance, bro. Look that up, man. H.L. Hunt.
I got you, man. I appreciate that. It just messed up. I think it's just I'm looking at it like what they did to the city of Detroit is just so fucked up, because they hyped them up all playoffs just to have them lose like this way. It's just.
Well, look at what they did to Baltimore as well. I mean, but these are two of the poorest cities.
Yeah, two of the poorest cities. They're always punking these cities, man.
Yeah, and they give them this false hope. You give, Baltimore, you'll have an MVP. But that'll be probably all they get out of Lamar, because they don't want Lamar to go too far. He's not the system quarterback. He's not the, his mom is his agent, so it's a lot of factors going against him. Like, this was his chance right here. If he was going to do it, better get it done this year. I don't see, going forward, now they'll blame him because he's making all this money. Oh, we couldn't sign XYZ, so it's, it'll be a miracle if he's able to get back there and have a chance,
And you want to know what they did? Back in 1957, when the Lions beat the 49ers, they were down by 17 to the 49ers, so they had a comeback.
Wow.
So they just did it again this year. But they had it the other way around, where the 49ers were down by 17 and came back against the Lions. So we was on the right track, but they always find a way to, like, fuck us over with something.
Well, they dangle that carrot in your face, and then it's like, okay, well, it was what you said, but not how you said it.
How you said it, exactly. So they did the same thing as 1957, but they had the other team come back down 17 points.
And don't you find it amazing how it was literally 2 different games from one half to the next?
Yes. And guess how many points was scored in that 1957 game?
Oh, come on now.
58.
Wow, you got it. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why this stuff is so difficult, because I'm like, okay, so they scored 58 points. What does that mean? Is the team that won going to go to Super Bowl 58? No, it's the team that lost, rewriting history.
Yep.
Oh, man. It's just, that's
So,
why this shit is frustrating, man.
It is, bro, man. And it's like I said, the numbers, the way they can finesse the numbers to paint whatever narrative is the caveat of all of it, so. But it's at the same time, it's once you get involved in this, man, it's hard not to see this stuff,
Yep.
Yeah, so. All right, bro, man, I'll let you get back to it, man. But like I said, H.L. Hunt, man, I think he's the key to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into his death and see what's going on with him.
So he paid, before I go, he paid Elijah Muhammad $33,000, which is, Freemason 33. $33,000 to put together a hit team to take care of Malcolm X, and also to stay out of the limelight as far as, pretending to not have anything to do with the assassination. He paid, I forget how much he paid for the JFK situation, but he was a major player in that as well. So yeah, it's really deep, man. It's real deep, and that so really the NFL money. I think the Cowboys owner, the original owner they had, he was involved in the JFK assassination too. So the NFL, the premise, the beginnings of these franchises, they had the president's, blood, so to speak, on their hands. So, yeah, it's something to look into.
Definitely, I'll definitely look at that. Appreciate that.
All right, bro, man, take it easy.
All right, thanks a lot for the call, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, so it's just amazing, man, how they do it. Yeah, but 59-14 was the championship score. The word slave equals 59-14. Of course, they beat the Browns and Jim Brown that year. Yeah, so 58 points were scored against the 49ers, and then pretty much after they played the same game. I was actually watching this game. This game is available on YouTube. It's in black and white though, but you can watch it. And it's just amazing how Detroit came back that game. It's very similar to the way they came back. The 49ers came back against the Lions second half. But isn't that remarkable? 1957, that was 66 years ago, almost 67 years ago. I don't even think TVs was out. Maybe TVs was out, but I don't think definitely computers wasn't out. The internet was definitely not out. But yeah, there was already script in the games. That's so crazy. So for the Super Bowl, what I'll do is I'll definitely put out a video for free on YouTube. But all the prop bets, I think that's where the money's gonna be at. All the prop bets will only go on Patreon to the Patreons on there. I'm not gonna put out any prop bets on YouTube for free. I already told you who I have to win the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna put out a presentation to show you guys the numbers. So if you guys want to take the Chiefs, you can. But yeah, the prop bets are only gonna go on Patreon. Um, the person that called says he likes Pacheco to win the MVP. We shall see. He was one of the better players in that game. 68 rushing yards. Even though Travis Kelce, he was looking unstoppable like always. So I think in this game, Travis Kelce was definitely the MVP with 116 yards. But we shall see. And these games are all scripted and rigged. And just because we don't get it right, that doesn't mean it's not rigged and scripted. We've gotten a lot of stuff right. If you're looking for a video where I gotten stuff right, go to my channel. Go look up the Texas Rangers prediction. When we said it's going to end in Game 5 on George Bush's 119th day of his age. Go look up last year or the year before that when we called the Houston Astros winning in connection to the Travis Scott concert and all the other videos that we have in the channel. I have a lot of videos, and right here, 119th World Series. We called it. The conclusion of the 119th World. All 800 people who saw this video made a lot of money off that video. The death of Dick Butkus, how that game was connected to the Steelers. Put that video out for free as well. Yeah, it's too much stuff to even go back and look at. $11 months later, here we're talking about the Chiefs again. All right, so I'll leave it there. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you guys have any information that you want to share with the people, 58 concurrent viewers, huh? Please leave a comment, and we'll definitely look at it. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.